Welcome to Mindspace for All, an open discussion forum with different topics. Today we will be understanding workhorses. When delivering goods, rendering services, or achieving objectives, a group's coordinated activities are frequently necessary. Such groupings include, but are not limited to, committees, task forces, project groups, boards, families, and work teams. However, occasionally what ought to be a collective or team effort isn't. Instead, one or two workhorses handle the bulk of the group's workload, making up for other members' feigned participation. The issue. In the beginning, you might not mind if you're the workhorse. You develop self-esteem by proving your ability and completing tasks. As a result of your service to the organization, you feel giving and generous and wish to contribute. If it means having control over when, how, and whether something is completed to your standards, you might even be willing to take on more of the group's workload. But let's face it, it's not always sustainable to be the group's workhorse. If their efforts are not recognized, valued, and reciprocated, workhorses may experience sentiments of rage and resentment. They could think it's unfair that underachievers receive the same recognition. They struggle with the task and burn out because they are unable to keep it up. They feel betrayed and taken advantage of if other team members don't step up. Beleaguered workhorses may quit unexpectedly, reduce their efforts passively, pout and gripe, throw temper tantrums and shame slackers, and ask managers to make slackers perform their fair share. Both productivity and relationships suffer. The understanding 4 reasons why some members slack while others work. Reason 1. Social loafers think they are dispensable. Some people slack off because they believe their efforts are insignificant and the task will be completed whether or not they put out any effort. Workhorses, ironically, can support this impression. Other group members feel superfluous and occasionally unwelcome because someone else jumps in and completes a lot of the group's work. Similarly, certain workhorses have a propensity to rule and seize power. They don't give others adequate room to participate. Even worse, loafers might believe the workhorse enjoys performing the majority of the labor. They are taken aback when the workhorse abruptly complains about the lack of cooperation from others. Reason 2. Attribution mistakes. We commit attributional errors when attempting to explain the actions of others. They include the basic attribution mistake, which occurs when we attribute other people's unpleasant conduct to their unfavorable personality qualities while ignoring contextual factors. This occurs when workaholics wrongly perceive someone as a lazy slacker when, in reality, they are ignorant of what that person is actually accomplishing or are ignorant of the valid personal or situational factors underlying the individual's diminished contributions. Reason 3. Different commitments and goals. Workhorses and slackers may have distinct priorities and aims, or they may place differing values on achieving a shared goal. Workhorses occasionally prioritize achieving the objective and doing it well. They give it priority. However, other team members might be more dedicated to different objectives, teams, or groups. Some people may only want something to include on a resume or something similar. Reason 4. Personality-related differences between people vary greatly, and some have traits that make them more or less likely than others to contribute to the group's workload. For instance, workhorses are more likely to score highly on conscientiousness, a personality trait. This characteristic is linked to being well-organized, obedient, focused, and responsible. They might score better on the characteristic known as agreeableness as well. They care more about getting along with people, are more charitable, and want their teammates to think well of them. Conversely, individuals who lack concern for the opinions of others aren't naturally service-oriented and/or are disorganized and less focused. May make less of a contribution. Then, obedient, responsible workhorses make up for it. Please feel free to comment below and subscribe to my channel.